Oh, that's amazing. So cool. Oh my God. That was amazing. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing, yeah. It was fun talk.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. See you later.
Bye. Nice to meet you. With cleaning them, what I do is I let them soak in water for me. I take a little plastic bit or a piece like that, let's put some water in. There's some little all these different little coatings. My favorite, some of them are like, it's not true. I like the little
I can relate to that. What happened?
Oh, I thermal shocked it. No, I let it cool too much while I was trying to stick some legs together and my head popped apart. Too bad. Alright. Have a good night. Email me when you have some kind of fun available broadcast. Sounds good, sounds good. And I want to say the keys, you want to go ready in my what's today, Wednesday, or Friday? So you're doing the one with the two horns? Yeah. What did you use as the wings this time?
I used the...
Do you know that you have the wings on the bottom?
No.
Oh, the little one's on the bottom?
Oh, wait a minute. I put that in someone.
You can never have too many horns. Where was the one?
Oh, the one that had like two horns?
Yeah, where it's like, this is what I thought you were making, where the big horn is like claws.
Yeah, like claws. That's what I did. Like that.
Oh, look at this view.
We're getting there. Okay.
Well, I want to take a quick. Yeah, I'm making an octopus. That's my bottom.
So what do you make?
Oh, see, Jonah has the same instinct that you had, Alberto. She's sticking her legs together. Yeah, but I tried making up the body with the back and it shattered all over her. Lots and lots of it. I could, like, make you a body simultaneously so it would be ready for your legs when the legs are all well together. That would be awesome. Oh!
Yeah, I get this on the car. Yeah. That's fun. You know, with the glass. Yeah, exactly.
Let's see, it's like a clear box with red wrapped around it, and then it has some both sides.
Yeah. But anything will work.
So, come on.
Hey. If it's not in multiple pieces, it's good.
But like the legs are red, right?
Yeah,
Like a crayon red.
yeah, they're poppy, I think. I was trying not to burn them too badly. The whole house too bad.
Actually, they're not. Oh, because you're not using these, right?
No, I'm trying to stick the legs together. Hey. Have you seen that thing about the octopus that's amazing at camouflage?
Yes. He has all these great YouTube.
Yeah.
They're pretty neat how they do that stuff.
Yeah. There's one that's like super mixed. It looks like anything. It looks like algae rolling along the bottom. And then there's 4, 5. Now how did I end up with 7 legs? No, I've got 5 legs. Good God.
Where are the other 3?
No, yes, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have them in one.
Yes. But I thought, I'm like, oh, it's like, yay.
They were telling me about my, like, spider. And I get sick on it pretty rough. That getting to that too was a real need of our time.
There is a very funny short animated film called Octopi. And it's basically it's 2 octopi in love, and octopuses in love in this tank, and then one of them is stabbed by what clearly is like a seafood or sushi truck, and so the other one takes off to try and rescue the other one. It's hilarious. And I showed it to my sister, and she's like, they only have 6 legs. I said, it's animation! Who cares? You know? You're supposed to be following the story, not counting the legs.
An artist's rendition.
She's like, well, what about reality-based? I said, one octopus jumps out after the other.
Exactly.
And
runs around on the road.
Punching the driver of the sushi truck. I don't think that is... That's kind of like the people who were kind of like, well, Superman could never have the physics to pick up a building by its corner, you know. It's like, and the whole X-ray vision and faster than a speeding bullet, that doesn't bother you at all. But the physics of picking up a building by its corner, that really bugs me. Okay. See, the nice thing about a spider is the business for an octopus, they're like they're all over anyway, so, you know. If they don't have to be quite as active.
And they're also thicker. You know, part of my issue with the beetles and the bugs in general is they're like they're so skinny. And they look so cool and it makes them all super real skinny.
Yeah.
But then they flop and...
Yeah, I'm getting that issue that you were talking about where, look, I got 6 beautiful...
Oh, they're really good! Look at you, sis!
Got it? Yeah.
I'm giving it to my sister, who is perfecting clay.
So what's that one on there? It would be like, I was modeling it after the animation.
There you go, that's it. Good. I was thinking I was going to say, you get what you get at this point, and if it holds together, a 6-legged octopus is better than a knot.
Others always were my spurt, but at first it was like in college, very much shorter. And others thought, look at it, it was like, oh, great. How did you? Like, oh God, what do you want me to make? He's like, oh, give me the book. There were 2 things in the vision. He said, can you make me like a pond of black? And you know, I wasn't using. That would have been like, no problem, baby. I was like, a puddle,
Yeah, nice.
in a weird shape. But she wanted a pond, and her hands were like, you know, a foot and a half like. And she wanted a glass. Which is doable, but as a beginner, like, oh wow.
So anytime she says to you, I can't believe you became for a career, you can say, well, Mom, I was just going to take a class, but somebody wanted a tree.
She neither got either the tree or the pond.
Wow.
I thought it was funny that that was her initial request.
Awesome.
Years ago, the one that always cracks me up, because she likes to tell me things that she thinks I should think. Usually it's because she's seen something, and it gets caught. So she thinks I should make it. And one time it was a spotted dog. So she says that she kept seeing spotted dog theme things in spots. And then she started, like, drawing little watercolors of spotted dogs and sending them to me in cards. Spotted dogs. Oh! Bruce, this is Alberto. Alberto, this is Bruce, this is my boyfriend Alberto. Yes, Alberto is my boyfriend Bruce. Yeah. I was part of a fire. I can touch it. Yes, it's okay. Yeah. Nice, I'm glad that you got that. Oh, it's got this. Like, you know, one day I was getting a little discussion with a friend of mine, and it was a teacher. And I was, cooking, so I had this really large knife.
Oh, God.
I started with gesture, and, you know, so actually sort of thought I might do something. And I keep explaining, you know, a person is talking to me, because I have something in their hand. And I just happen to be rather large in a band, right? Rather large, I'll read into it. I was thinking it was funny that it was like Meet the Significant Other Day, because Tammy was here earlier as well. And Meet the Family Day. Yeah.
No, he is. Yeah. I'm pretty quick about that, too, by the way.
I just saw a hand go down to stop whatever had fallen, and I was waiting for it.
5 years of welding, you know, I mean, one of those things.
I think it's more dangerous. You get a little hit down your socks or whatever.
Oh, God.
Well, you know what? I was welding overhead, and it popped down in my ear. It had slag drip right in my eardrum.
Did it hurt your hearing in that eardrum?
Yeah, it solidified to my eardrum, to the little mandible bone in there. Where my wife works now, I had to go see her doctor, and they just laughed at me like, don't you know?
Were you able to get it out?
Oh, yeah. It was the size of a pinhead, or the size of a head of a pin.
That must have hurt it.
You know, it really didn't, you know. It didn't,
Maybe they're like not nerves down in there. You're not supposed to drop molten metal.
It made it to where I could blow smoke and stuff out of my ear, though. Like whistle.
So I have 8 tangled legs.
All right, I've got a red mask. It doesn't have polka dots on it yet, but whether I care or not. Polka dots?
Now, the trick, though, is how do you stick this to that without melting all the damn legs?
Delicate. With my help, how about that answer?
Oh, I like that answer.
Yeah, so keep the tender as warm as you feel comfortable using it without really, that's the first step, without lifting off the leg.
Well, I'm just trying to keep it warm so that they all melt together. Since somebody failed the whole weld the box thing. I still have a scar from that. Yeah, oh yeah. I have a borrow brand from my first ever attempt. Because when somebody get off inside.
Alright, hand it over. So I've got, it's not even on a fucking house. Does it have suckers?
Well, I was trying for suckers, but only one.
Yeah, only one has them.
So it's, yeah.
Thought it out.
Considering my lack of luck with puppies, I was just
bagging the puppy.
Dusting the pliers often, though. You'll notice they never got stuck.
But sometimes the closest of the pliers will eventually get the, like wherever you're grabbing, like that tentacle would break in half, which would be a big bump.
Yeah, I was going to ask where you stuff because I can't.
Oh, there's a company called homeopathic.com.
I don't know.
Or 1-800-HOMEOPATHIC. It's just like a homeopathic online store. And it's not on that. Like, if you Google peel stuff,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I found it.
because I was not able to find it locally either, yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of doing like one side at a time. That way I'm not getting it all super hot, and if something starts sagging, I can kind of like use gravity to keep it in control. And then if that side stops going as much, then I'll turn around and like make more, hopefully, get it on there. He doesn't have eyeballs. Do you want him to have eyeballs? The other thing is, how do you want him to sit?
Well, I was just going to let him rest. Or no, I guess not all of her legs.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So that one leg, yeah. And one leg is
Not anymore. Yeah, exactly. So you want it to be able to sit in some way. Like that kind of thing? That'll work. Cool. I'll put it directly in the film first. There's no eye. Yes. Nicely done, Jonah. High five. You're back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
Octopus. With tentacles. Or with suckers on one leg.
Yeah.
Love it.
A few seconds.
If anybody wants to put their creations directly into the kiln, by all means. Are you going to take your ladybugs home in the Mueller?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to put her in the kiln?
No, I'll take it home.
Okay.
I didn't know all my stuff.
Look at that! These are awesome beetles. Do you see this, Jonah? They're like,
I know, they're like kicking butt. And all I made was a
and
bunch
being
of legs.
scary.
Oh, look, cool.
You could make a beetle too, or a ladybug, just a more dangerous beetle.
There you go.
There's something to the fact that these beetles are dark colors. They aren't that bubbly red. Because you saw how the red bubbled on you.
Yeah.
That's something I like about working with black. It doesn't bubble like that.
Yeah, I was trying to not go too one.
My horn don't work. They don't work
It's
as
more of a blob.
a blob.
But the wings are pretty.
Yeah, and the I don't know, it has a lot of animation. There's something to be said for slightly blobby and lots of light, rather than perfectly,
Perfect.
you know, and absolutely static.
We're like the peanut gallery slash cheerleaders over here.
Not a problem. Oh, you like that, huh?
Ah, big scissors again.
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
My
I'll
next.
sit down next to each other. Let's make a little
Yeah.
Oh, here's your red package if you want to make it.
I was thinking I'm about done with red. I was thinking I might, like, see if I could, now what do I do with this? I was going to just make a button or something out of it.
Yeah, you totally could. Funny enough, do it. Make a button. You've got the little handy-andies.
Yeah, so I have a button. A big button.
Oh, let me get this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like cool.
in the kiln. Put it in the kiln. It looks really cool.
It's awesome.
I think I know how to do the legs now, like from.
So what are you doing differently this time?
So I put a blob, squeeze it, and then it's like,
Yeah.
squeeze it, and then it's like,
Interesting. And
I was thinking that would be the way to do it.
whatever works, you know?
All right. Whatever.
I still left my cake all the little except for this.
I heard some cracking though.
You did.
Yeah.
The damn body. If you spend too long messing around with the legs, the body cracks. Hard.
I'm gonna get a knife, another knife.
I'm gonna make a dash out. Belly. There we go. I'm just so pleased to see that that dash out has moved. I had no idea. Oh, and I feel like I saw it yesterday. but spring.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
they're one of the early ones.
Yeah.
So that's really.
That's what I love about them. That's what I find enchanting. That they're just like, it's spring.
Yeah. Well, and they're very happy. You know, that kind of yellow.
I don't see any more ninja.
It's in the North Star. You're looking for the wrong section.
Do you find the ninja to be a little stiff?
I find the ninja, and Kleinhardt makes me buzz with Alberto. The ninja was the one glass
The onyx
that
as well.
didn't bubble. No, the onyx bubbled on it.
Oh, you did?
Which I don't consider glass to be bubbly, but man, they were bubbling. But the ninja didn't bubble at all, and it is stiff, which I found to be an asset with the little skinny spider legs.
Yeah.
It's just a very dense color. But in essence, the spider legs, the very thin parts on a, like when bright light going through them, you can see it's blue. Whereas the onyx, it's supposed to be super special because even when it's tiny, it still looks black. But personally, I'm more after the non-bubbling than the staying black. But if I was doing like the little dot in the middle of an eyeball and wanted it to be black, I would go for onyx. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, you put them together? I bet you're going to make two buttons.
Yeah, the scale.
You want me to remind you of how to make a button?
Well,
Would that be helpful?
probably considering that I made a very blobby button, but she said she was there. She was crocheting these funky little chunky purses, and she couldn't find any buttons that were big enough. And was complaining.
You're like, I can
I can help you with that.
Okay,
They will
so they're now in like some
unique.
funky purses.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really surprised how much turned out. Forum wasn't it? So cute. There's that forum thing. Honestly, Janelle was coming, was with me because yesterday was her birthday. Mark was coming. These two guys that were in classes the last 2 weeks totally had us coming. But Rodney and Carlos just had a baby. Like yesterday.
Oh, yes, baby.
And Rodney and something came up to not come today.
I was bummed that I missed the barrel thing because I couldn't make it.
Oh, I can show you this.
Yeah. I'm about as sharp as a ball tonight, so it's not a particularly great learning and
It's playing thing.
yeah, it is.
And that's how you don't really have a high opinion of these balls.
Well, they're not sharp. I like beach balls. Beach balls are very fun.
There's more just the round factor.
Yes. And as sharp as a beach ball. Very special balls. Okay, so I have a weird blobby shape. That is slowly getting becoming dominated.
So how are you doing your legs down there, Scott?
I'm just teasing them right out of the glass
Right.
until they kind of come out, and then I just make them shake.
Because there certainly is no right or wrong way about it. That's why it's sort of interesting. Like, you think that you pull it off.
Like that. Stuck it on and yeah. Until it melted and came out.
Yeah, that's what I did. I kind of pulled it away from the body.
Felt like it was easier that way.
Like some,
Yeah.
I like to envision, it's like you're watching the Italian on You Can Do It.
A little bit, yeah.
And try to make your hands do that. That little like
Pulse,
dollop and then the
pulse
pushing it out.
thing, yeah. It's really, it's difficult to get. The flow of the glass.
Yeah, but that makes sense, because what you're doing is you're basically just stiffening it enough so that then you can pull a little bit more, a little further out. Otherwise you get a skinny button.
That sucks. Quite a bit. Don't knock plenty off. It's pretty solid, apparently.
You know
Now
what
we're
I
missing
I
the
did? I connected my punty with the same color as the body,
Oh, yeah.
so that when I pull it, there's no fear.
Well,
I don't know that. But the beginning, I just kind of like. Oh yeah.
let's make this longer.
You gotta bring in that.
Yeah. I've only done that a half dozen times. You think the problem I have, we have a pretty good callus on it by now.
It happened. What I do, I just put like let it pull and then just drop the water.
That'd be good.
I like your horns, you know. That's
You know, I just trying, because this is only my fourth class doing anything, so I'm just trying to do things a little more artistically rather than trying to follow some kind of form or anything. And let it kind of just flow out of me. See what happens. So far, so good.
That could even be, well, yeah, red one, but that could be the body of the sea turtle.
Are you getting no fancy over there? What's that?
Fancy comes.
Yeah, that's it. That'll happen.
The body of her octopus, that's shot. So she just do that and then make a whole bunch of it.
However, what I could do if I want to really fancy it, you have like pink, red, blue things.
Wait, you just asked me if I want to drive to Vegas with her.
What?
No.
That sounds like shenanigans. Is there a baseball game down there that are driving to or something?
I bet her daughter's playing.
Still sounds like shenanigans.
Vegas always makes me feel too fat and too old and too gross.
I've never been. I've only been to Atlantic City. Well, which is kind of, it struck me as like the white trash version of Vegas.
Yeah. It's, yeah. Vegas is kind of a bummer when if you don't have a lot of money and plans to blow at least some of it, there's really no point in going to Vegas.
I would say, for me, my point to go to Vegas is to see the Louis Glass Artwork. There's a lot down there.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to see the Christmas delay down there. Is it Ovo?
There's many.
About
Yeah.
6 surfaces.
I want to see the ones that they're like underwater.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you have to go to Vegas to see that. So.
Yep.
But to me, the whole gambling part of it. It's
Like,
cool.
yeah, it's cool.
You
gotta go play in the penny machine.
That's my style. See, even when I went to Atlantic City, my aunt and uncle took me there for my 21st birthday. My dad and my brother came along too. It was kind of fun. And my uncle loves that. So he gives me like $100 chance. He's like, go play something.
And you can't get it.
So I go and I played like nickel slots. It spent like $10. And was like, okay, I'm kind of bored now, guys. And so I got hypnotized by the roulette for a little while, but still, it's conservative. But I'm like, I'm not going to win. Let's be real here. I don't think Tony is expecting. Tony's so conservative.
I worked in Vegas for 7 months.
Did you really?
It was really slow up here.
As a waitress or at the table? Oh, doing construction?
Electrical. It was the only place in the country, really, where
they were hiring a lot of electricians.
So me and a friend of mine went trucking on down to Vegas, and it's a really bizarre place to live and work. One thing, we were really unusual as far as the workers and electricians down there because 3 of us gals decided to rent a house, But we were like, look, you can for these crappy, and I mean crappy, rent by the week hotels, if we pool our funds, we can, we're going to be here for 6 months. We're going to be here for at least 6 months. And so we were able to rent a house. And everybody was like, oh my God, I can't believe you signed a lease. What if, there's work somewhere else? And we're like, really? Do you really think, have you looked? There's no work anywhere else. We're going to be here a while. And so we were in a decent subdivision. But I mean, if you want to talk about, you could look around and we were like, this is not sustainable for the the housing market, which was right in the middle of the boom. And it's like, who the hell is buying this shit? The answer is nobody.
Whoever is gone,
Yeah, and so they,
Debit.
But so we were working, and a couple of friends of mine who were carpenters, right around the time that we were down there was right when that really bad tsunami hit. And so we were. No, but we were down there, and it was New Year's Eve, and I dressed up to go to New Year's Eve, and it turned out that my friends were like, oh, we can get you a ticket. And the short answer was no, they couldn't get me a ticket into the party they were in. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry. And I thought, well, that's okay, no big deal. I'll drink the food for free until they shut the doors, and then I'll go watch the fireworks on the roof. And so it was about 5 to midnight, and I'm walking past the craps table, and I thought, what the hell? I was gonna spend $45 on this ticket anyway. If I lose, I haven't really lost anything. And if I win, I'll donate my winnings to the tsunami fund, right, to emergency care. I went up on the roof about 10 minutes later with $400 I gave a $50 tip to a gal that was standing there with a single mom watching the fireworks with her son. And then I went back down and kept playing. And I was just thinking it would be really nice if the mom made a really nice donation to Mercy Corps, and by the end of the night I walked out of there with $1,000.
Nice.
From one $40 bet. That doesn't happen.
Have you ever gambled again?
I have, and I have never ever done anywhere. No, that was not. And people were like, "Wow, that's quite a white of you." Was it?
So what do we say?
The donation? Yeah, crap. And we had just taken a How to Play Craps DVD, and we were going to the How to Play Craps class the next day. And I went home and said, "Jimmy, you're not going to believe this. One of the guys
I'm an expert now.
Yeah. Well, but the really funny thing was people are like, wow, that was, might have liked you to make that donation. And you don't understand, that was not my money. There is no way that.
Like if you were trying to teach me,
I was not making like high roller bets. I was making very conservative bets, and I kept winning. And the table was really, really hot. And it's like, not my money. They decided that, powers that be decided that the Palms was going to make one donation.
I believe in karma. I kind of think I could have said that.
Yeah, I was like, because people were like, oh, you should have kept it. It's like, you know what? I put my original $45 back in my pocket. I gave money to a gal who was a real sweet gal who was down on her luck.
Oh, you did? And he took $40?
Yeah, I put my original stake back in my pocket, and then the rest went into a check. And then I had to, about a year later, I had to write to Mercy Corps and say, look, people, you were never ever going to get another big dollar amount at the same time.
Because they kept harassing you.
Yeah, well, they put me on there. Woo, we have a big fundraise, a big funder, and it's like, sorry, let me explain the circumstances that led to you getting $1,000 from me. Not that I wouldn't if I could, but I can't, so you're not gonna get it.
But did they get the hint?
Yeah.
After that?
I'm not sure how ostensibly Christian organization felt about getting a letter from someone saying that.
Is Mercy Corps not Christian?
They're not very, if they are, they keep it.
I don't think they are.
They're local, and they've got a fantastic reputation.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm
I've
like,
taken some of their classes and been recording their class office.
yeah. Yeah, they're a great organization, and I was delighted that I was able to do that, but I was like, not going to get those money for me. You know, I will continue to give when I can, what I can, and it's not going to be...
Hey, Scotty, you had a pausing point?
So, yeah, I'm just going to buy a rod of yellow so I can make a bumblebee.
I thought I'd show you something, like, how I would do the fin on, like, a sea turtle. This could also be a dolphin. This could be a sea lion. This could be a fish. So this would help your idea if you want to make a sea turtle versus
Yeah,
a
you know, I've got like a flat lollipop-ish, sea turtle-ish shape. But now what do I do to keep it from cracking while I'm trying to make little fins?
You're going to make the fins right on it. I will show you how. Okay. And I thought Scott maybe a freeze brightness as well. So.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you don't even, are you taking that yellow? Because you could use the yellow rod.
Huh?
Are you using it tonight?
I'll use part of it tonight, but I'm going to make some bumblebees with it, so.
Okay. So I've made a map. That's going to be my body. While it's still warm. And notice how for sea turtles, I put like a rig down the back, and I'm kind of playing around. I was trying to get little grease marks out. It looks cooler if you lay all these dots and create like the tortoise shell kind of look. And so I get a gather. And I go pat, pat. So it's like a flat edge gather.
Oh, right. Okay.
Then I'm going to come in here and think of it like a clock. So at like 2 and 10, I need a couple of flippers. So I get the spot hot where I want to weld it, and I really weld it on there. See how it's nice and welded on there? Then it pause for a second. So I don't want to lose the shape back. Then I come where it's thin to disconnect it. And see how as I disconnect it, first I'm going to drag away, and then I kind of like
you're making
ease it to make that little tip. So then the mess that's on the end here, you can either break it off or just get it hot. That's hot. That's hot. I'm going to get the spot where I'm welding it off nice and hot. And this is also how I keep the body hot. Because if you don't keep the body hot, just like with the needles and such, they want to crack them. So with sea turtles, your back fins are really small. And your front fins are big. So now that I've got the back fins on, I'll get my glass ready for the front. And then I'll grab a punchy. But this punchy I'm going to hot weld on. So this is going to be the tail in the end. So I get his butt warm. I get the punchy really warm. And I really weld that on there. And you can always come back and play with the ends of the fins, like one of my fins just kind of gathered up a little bit on me. And I'll always come back to that. Then I'm going to burn off the other punchy, which is hot welded on. It's not really a punchy, I'm calling it that. I'm going to burn it off so there's a length of it attached on there. And I make the head out of that. And also at this point, and I'm just going to hang it. Yeah, so it does that. At this point, it also is a way to sort of gradually start getting heat back up into this end of the body. Then I take my front flippers. The front flippers, I mentioned, they're bigger. They do this sort of start it out and then bring it around.
So I think it was really...
You always make them look really well. I'm still trying to just get it down.
Sea turtles are fun. If Bambi's got done in the contemporary languaging, uses turtles as an example for a first sculpture because you can think of it like a clock as far as where you attack everything.
Yeah.
I think he has a land turtle in his example, so it's really just like a dog that he's attacking. I think it's also good practice in trying to make things symmetrical or roughly so. But technically, the other sea turtle little simple bit is they have this little nose that kind of...
Yeah, they have a
They put that little beak on there. Oh, I'm going to play with that little...
There is a sea turtle in Japan that I remember reading about it. It was found with no front flippers. They think that a shark might have.
Oh no! And it still survived.
Yeah, it survived. It was caught in a net, and they have done 27 versions of flippers for it.
Prosthetic, yeah.
And the 27th one was.
It's kind of like that. Isn't it like a dolphin that they made a movie about?
Yeah, and that's a real story.
Yeah.
And so is this turtle. They took this turtle, and they're like, all right, let's see what we can do here. And they tried all these different designs, and the 27th prototype was a winner. And so you can see this turtle wearing basically a neoprene.
Is he back out in nature, or
no,
where somewhere?
It's in the aquarium.